Welcome to a brand new episode of Jom Sembang Malaysia. Alright, so what are we chatting about today? Since Juwita said she has a topic, so I shall just duduk diam.
I was thinking we should talk about women.
Wanita.
You're listening to
Jom Sembang Malaysia. So why?
So, International Women's Day is happening on the 8th of March.
You know why? I always forget about the day somehow.
Because
And obviously you always remember a day because you work in a women organisation.
in the women's organization, but it's easy to forget because we have the Malaysian version, then we have the international version.
Oh,
and
the
then,
confusion of things.
So it's a bit hard to remember. But yeah, this year, the theme is embrace equity.
Wow, big words. I like to talk about big words because I can never understand them. Okay,
Actually,
come, enlighten me.
Actually, right, when I saw that, the first question I asked, don't we always say equality? What is equity? What's the difference between equity? So, okay, when I say equity, what comes to your mind?
I need to go to the dictionary. That's the first thing that comes to my mind.
You know what
Or if I'm scrolling the campaign, I'll be like, tidak faham, next. That's why some campaigns should have a tagline.
Like embrace equity.
Yeah, like down there, apa maksud, you know?
Okay, first thing I think of when I think of equity is when I was a kid, we used to have this sandwich maker.
Okay.
And it's the type, it falls into a triangle one.
Oh, I know.
The toaster.
You just put and then you close and then it comes out like a perfect triangle,
Correct.
sealed at the edges.
Yes, and we always called that equity. I don't know why. Maybe it was the brand of the of the sandwich toaster, but I want equity for lunch. What?
Tidak faham langsung aku sekarang.
So that's the first thing. And then you grow up, right? And then you always do your spreadsheet for accounts for business.
Okay.
Equity is like the shareholders thingy, like how much of stocks. That's the equity. So I'm like, embrace equity.
Whoever that came up with that team, please remember to use a tagline the next time, because if we don't understand it, you either spark conversations like this or you leave us going, next.
Okay, so the good thing about this campaign was the next thing you click is what is the difference between equality and equity?
Okay.
Okay?
Give it to me.
Okay. So I'll tell you about the picture and then we can figure out what it means to us later lah. Okay? Okay. So there's this picture, like a visual, just one picture, and it made a lot of sense to me lah. Okay? Equality is like giving people, everybody, one bicycle.
Okay. Let's keep to 4 examples.
Okay, for example, so the first person is your average normal person on the street lah.
Okay, like me,
Give them
average.
bicycle. You're not average. You're very tall.
Okay,
but
so I'm
very
the
good.
second one. I'm the tall
Okay, never
fella.
mind. You can be the regular tall person. Okay, and then the second one is a child.
Okay.
The third one is a short person,
Oh, okay.
and the fourth one is a physically handicapped person.
Okay.
Okay, so they
Tall
put
person,
there,
short person, a kid, and a disabled special needs person.
yes, physically lah. Okay, so then you see the next picture is like the 4 people with the bicycle. Like only one person can use it.
Let me guess. The normal person.
The tallish fella lah. Yeah.
Okay.
So what they're saying is equity is not giving everybody the same thing. So you are giving, let's say, the short person. Okay, maybe to make things simple, the short and tall one, you can give the thing with the height adjuster
adjustment.
lah, right?
Okay.
And then for the child, it needs to be a children's bicycle. No way a child will be able
Correct.
to.
With the extra 2 wheels so she doesn't tumble and
Yes.
balance and imbalance.
And then for the physically handicapped, they had the one with the
The
3, 4
motorized
wheels
one.
something like that, lor. So that is equity. So now everybody can comfortably travel from point A to point B in a environmentally friendly
So
transport.
this equity thing is something that can be done when nobody's lazy. Like, we're lazy, you just give everybody the same bicycle. But if you want to
Betul.
think about everybody or be inclusive, you need to put a little bit more hard work and sort of customize things to certain people's needs.
Betul. So talking about women, right? International Women's Day ma.
Correct.
Okay, how do we embrace or encourage or how do we encourage equity? For
Giving the
women.
same music lesson to everybody. Nah, no.
Hmm.
I mean, okay, tell you what lah. I wanted to learn drums when I was 4 years old.
Mm.
Like, drums is back then, 30, 40 years ago, it's a guy thing.
Okay.
Like, you tell your mom you want to learn drums, like, what's wrong with you? Are you a tomboy now? Like, something like that. Go and learn the piano. That's where I felt like, why learning things also got choose boy, girl?
Exactly. So don't learn lah. Just go and play only. Walk up to the drum. But that's the thing, you see. So the girl has to make that extra effort to just do it, and then they're like, oh, she can do it. Now she can have
Something
lessons.
like that. So, like, last time my youth pastor, she's a fantastic drummer. But then she's quite small size. So she play. Wow, so fantastic. And when she stand up, it's a girl.
Wait, I think I know who this person is.
So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, those are some obvious situation that I've been in lah.
So you know what? In this time and age, you will notice that things haven't really changed because my mom had the same issue. So my mom, when she was growing up, they wanted to give one person in the family music lessons,
Okay.
and so they chose the boy
Okay.
because, and this is piano, okay, it's not even drums or what, it's just piano, okay, because maybe like, oh, in case cannot earn a living, then at least he can teach or he can use his music skill.
Oh, like this one.
I
like that.
don't want lah, but
We
anyway.
used to say, please go and learn how to be a doctor or something, just in case your art decision fail, you can go back to science. Because it's
So,
totally
okay.
different, man.
Okay, so what happened was my uncle was the one who went for music lessons, but my mom really, really wanted to learn. Okay, so what happened was when he came back and practiced, thankfully he practiced lah. So she would stand behind and watch him practice. So she would see when he start and then when the finger go, and then when he finish already, then she would go and play. She will go and play the exact same thing. So thankfully he practiced, and my mom actually can read music.
Second-hand
now.
lesson.
Second-hand lesson. But the good thing is, right, you practice, you learn every day. You every day can go and watch, right? It's like every day got lesson. The only thing is she can't tell you, oh, this is what note lah, because it's purely by sight and
Yep.
follow. But okay lah, it worked out for my uncle because after that he worked for government, like, seriously, like Ministry of Education or something, and then in co-curricular activities. So that really, really became his bread and butter, that music lessons lah. I don't know what might have happened if my mom had gone. Maybe she might become the Minister of Education. Maybe, right? But I don't know.
I'll be shaking in fear.
But it's not just opportunities. Sometimes it's just people's perception
Of everyday living.
everyday living. Yeah, they have like different expectations of people. Okay, example lah. I said things haven't changed, right? Last time
Correct.
until now. So my mother used to say, "Wow, last time her mother will save the drumstick for
The drumstick. Wait,
the-
she talked about music. I keep thinking about drummer, the drumstick. But she's actually talking about chicken drumstick, I'm pretty
chicken
sure.
drumstick. Sorry. Yes, so chicken drumstick for the boy. Okay, and it's like everybody will look and like not say anything lah.
So your brother got a drumstick and you got
no,
wings,
this
is
is not
it?
me. Her brother.
Okay.
Her brother got the drumstick. So fast forward, maybe 40 years later, we were eating at Banana Leaf restaurant the other day.
Okay.
And boys being boys, my nephews were eating and having a lot of rice and a lot of just eating.
Yeah, because
quite a lot.
banana leaf is refillable.
Yes. So after that, right, when we were walking back to the car, guess what my mom said? She was like, "Wow, those boys can really eat, huh? Like, it's like, wow, right?"
Okay, so if Gina was sitting there eating, she would say,
I don't know about Gina, but all girls, if it was me, I think any girl, yo, she eats so much. And it's the same thing. So I've seen people going like, okay, this is not an endorsement of smoking, right? But, yo, why that girl smoke one? But then the guy smoke like, okay. Like, huh? What nonsense?
I think maybe the society or the people around us have a perception of higher expectation on girls. They are supposed to eat lesser, don't smoke and everything else. But guys are just, they are the rule breaker. Girls are not supposed to be a rule breaker, I guess.
Okay, we talk about higher expectations.
When we get back from a break.
All right.
Okay, if you have enjoyed today's episode so far, please remember to click like so that we know you have heard us, and click subscribe so that you can get a new episode every Friday. Don't have to wait for our posting or notice. You can be the first one to listen to it, and click share so that your friends can enjoy what you enjoy lah.
Yes, because by sharing, you are leveling the playing field for people who don't have a lot of budget to do advertisement. It's equity lah.
That's why this is the advertisement for today. Okay, back, Jita. What were you saying again?
I was saying expectations. Do we expect more out of women nowadays?
I think like personally, people always expect a lot more from the women than the men.
Why? Because we wear terror, is it?
No, men just need to go to work and come back lor. Women need to go to work, come back, cook, do dishes, do laundry, wash the toilet, buy grocery. Like, huh?
Yeah.
Why we have the same 24 hours but we need to do 10 times more things?
Is it because we're more capable, can multitask?
I think men are quite capable too. It's just that it's never put in their dictionary that, hey, you need to do groceries, man.
Okay lah, to be fair, got people do now lah. Okay, so just now I say things haven't changed. Yes and no lah, ho. Maybe some people, the perception haven't changed. But I think men are changing.
Yeah, they are changing. But the thing is, I also feel that society at large have not moved on from the big concept of what man does and women does. So when you have little tiny changes like house husband or something, they're like, how are you so weird one? But if you pull together a survey, the growing number of house husband or men who are doing things that's different from a normal man expectation, it's actually a growing market.
It is very much so. But we all know that, okay, a guy in a chef role, you always think like, wow, a male chef.
I always think that a male chef means my food is jalat.
Really?
I always think that a chef should be a female because female kind of is more tender. They know what they're supposed to cook every day for their children and family. Therefore, if the chef is a female, I'll be happy.
Okay, but look at all the cooking shows. The judges are all men.
Yeah. They
all with
only
the chef
eat
hat.
delicious high-class food that normal people don't eat. I actually just digressing. Yes, back to what you're talking about.
Okay, then you look at hairstylists.
Okay.
If it's a male hairstylist, the perception is like, wow, better.
In my perception, so different from yours, leh.
I'm not saying it's mine.
Maybe I was in a salon, going up same salon, the same female hairstylist or hair, the person who manage my hair. I always find that I cannot trust guys with my long hair because, hello guy, you don't have long hair, how you know my needs? How you know how hard it is when it's too in between long and short that I cannot tie up? You don't even understand, just cut some length that you think looks nice. But I want a length that I can tie up.
Okay.
And but it's not too long. Yeah, I have that problem when it comes to the guys.
Okay, because it's not a lived experience for them.
Correct.
It's all aesthetic.
Yes.
Right. Okay, so that is something that I experience when I go to hotels also. So, okay, maybe it's a stereotype on my end, but sometimes I go to a hotel and then by the next day I'll be like, I think this one, some guy is the interior decorator. It's so non-functional.
I understand what you mean. So it's like, for example, you need someone who design a hotel room. If it's a guy, they probably do it a little bit, not just the visual macho-ness, the functionality like you mentioned, right? They probably have the first thing next to the mirror is a shaver plug. Okay, but
nowhere to put hairdryer.
If you want to design everything else, you should have a hairdryer, or the sink part should have a slightly larger part for you to put your makeup stuff, your cleanser. Because now you go, right, this sink no place to put anything, right? Everything drop inside one. So it's also part of that. I think it has a lot to do with what we experience in life, both male and female, that form the kinds of things that we do.
So maybe it's a generation thing again. Because the people that I work with a lot of younger males, okay?
But they now start using facial also,
Exactly. So when we travel, it's like they are the ones carrying the hairdryer and all that. So maybe when that generation becomes designers for hotels and stuff, then you will see a lot more functionality in terms of that equitable fairness one lah.
Yeah, I think sometimes when it comes to women, a lot of the discussion we have is always how women feels like they're on a disadvantage. But looking at the last 10 years progress or 20 years progress, we have seen a lot of change, or I think there's a lot of change.
Yeah.
Because guys are now a little bit more open to say, hey, I also want to care about my facial.
Yes.
you know, or I also want to care about my hair and stuff like that. So I think that changes the ball game a little bit more as well.
Yeah, and then you were talking about having that different lived experience and bringing different perspective. I think, that is why we've also been talking about how more women need to be in decision making. What's the word? Platforms, arenas, like in the cabinet or
So that they can also
parliament
bring
or,
in their shared experience to make sure decisions made are gender free.
or gender equitable lah.
Okay,
Right?
it's back to
Yeah.
that big word.
Now that I know what it means. Yeah. So, if you're a woman, what would be something that you would celebrate today? Well, in the coming week.
That's quite hard to answer because I always just look at myself as a human,
Okay.
not so much as you're a girl or a boy kind of thing, yeah. And throughout the last 10 years, at least, as I'm going around doing my producer job, writer job, whatever, the people that I work with initially started with, you're just a girl, you can do all these things. But now it's like, you just do lah. So it becomes, I think for me, I look forward to celebrating humans and not Women Day. And just in case you didn't know, Man International Day is also available in November.
Ooh.
It's like, hello, someone just said we are not hurt. So the man said, hey, we also not hurt. So actually, at the end of the day, let's just celebrate humans.
Okay, and I think for me, it would be celebrating what we bring to the table lah. I remember there was this joke one day who says, you know why we don't have many women leading the army?
Why?
Because it was a guy, right? They would just go, okay, attack, right, kill. The woman will like, where? You're okay or not? You got socks all comfortable? You got your thing all equipped? You're like safe, huh? Okay, now I'm gonna too late already then.
I thought you were going to say, guys can go out and fight because they already have all the muscle mass and they can just go out and then they can easily survive because they can just pee behind a rock and women have periods and all those, so it's more messy, so therefore there are not many in the group. I mean, yes, I think some of the part where physically female and male has a lot of things that
Yes.
scientifically does prove that some things we can do, it just take more effort.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
that does not mean that we cannot do. I think that is what I would celebrate if someone said, hey, women can do this too and they might take a little bit more effort, but let's celebrate that they took that effort to do it.
Yeah. So what we bring to the table, to me, is that empathy is not a bad thing. Thinking like we were saying, hey, if we had more women at the table during COVID, we would have thought a lot more laterally, a lot deeper into what families would need, that kind of thing. What are the emotional needs? So it's not just those things that are always talked about.
Money,
Yeah.
food.
Yeah, economy.
The
exactly.
women will talk about diapers, milk.
Health.
Yeah.
Yeah, relationships and other things like that matter. So yes,
8 March, Wednesday coming is...
International Women's Day. So let's celebrate our diversity and celebrate womanhood.
Selamat Hari Wanita Sedunia. Jom Sembang Malaysia is hosted by two Malaysian friends who are passionate about Malaysian stuff.
Stay tuned every week for a brand new Sembang session with Juwita Suito and Gina Yap Layung.